So objectives of this session is that we will understand what generative AI is. So AI is a very huge term. It is the technology is used in multiple different ways, and to understand whole of it, we would need a lifetime or maybe more than that. But what is important for us, what we are learning today, is called generative AI. We will learn, we will know how to use the tools practically. What are the practical tools and what are the techniques in which these five applications that I'm telling you, five applications that I'm telling you, we are going to use it. How to save time on lesson planning, grading of children, communication, and more. And by grading, I don't really mean the numbers that you put on the report card. By grading, I mean to check the quality of students' work and help them improve, like the whole process of that. So communication, our communication with parents, with teacher community, within teacher community, with your seniors, with your students, so all that. What are we going to explore today? We are going to explore Chat GPT. Give me a thumbs up. How many of you have already used ChatGPT for your classrooms? Wonderful. All right. How many of you have used? How many of you have used Copilot, Microsoft Copilot? Okay, a few. How many of you have used Canva? I'm saying specifically for schools, specifically for schoolwork. Good, quite a few, quite a few. All right. How many of you have used Gemini, Gemini 2.5? Very few. Okay. All right. How many of you have used Gamma? Very few. Okay. Meanwhile, you can also keep typing on the chat window, whichever other applications that you use. So whenever you have time, whenever we do having a discussion in between, whenever we at the end of the session, if you're using some very intelligent tool and it is very simple and free to use for teacher community, please put it on the chat window. I will keep saving a recording. I'll save it in a Word document and forward it to everybody who's joined us today. Okay, so you may be using other applications. If they're useful, it's good. Please put their names on the chat window. It will be helpful for everybody, including me. Okay, moving on. Let's see how, and when did we started noticing the interference of AI? So everybody uses GPS, right? So AI which tells you which is the best driving route, that has AI. When you have these personalized email responses, so now you must have seen जब हम पहले थोड़े कुछ time पहले तक we used to write the emails and autocorrect or auto suggestions used to come, right? And now they are inbuilt tools which help you completely redesign your emails, right? So that's where AI comes into the picture. Translating languages. So on Google, you translate, you write, type something, and it translates and speaks. That's again AI. Recommending product based on your choices. So when when you buy something on these apps, it starts giving you similar recommendations. It picks up your color taste. It picks up the kind of clothing that you buy, purchase, or look at, and it starts giving you the same level of suggestion. Similarly for Netflix, whatever you watch, if you watched sci-fi, so it keeps giving you all those sci-fi related series or movies. Similarly for Zepto, Swiggy, whatever you have ordered before, something similar to that they keep offering you. Then the filters that we use on Snapchat, Instagram. So all these filters are again AI, and text to speech or speech to text or even autocorrect. These small things. Everything has inbuilt AI technology in it. So AI then becomes a computer program that complete cognitive tasks typically associated with human intelligence. This capability is already transforming today's workplaces, helping people tap into their creativity, refine and improve materials, and make work tasks far less time consuming. So let's understand, a lot of people fear that maybe they'll take over and they'll become more creative. They are helping you redefining your level of creativity. So we have to start using them so that we become better in our creative endeavors, in our creative thinking, in our designing thinking. They're not the ones who are going to steal the show. They are going to support you, right? So this session focuses on generative AI, which is called Gen AI, which is a type of AI, very simple, which generates new content. So हम क्या क्या generate करते हैं? We generate text, images, or any other media that is of our interest, right? Okay, now coming to why it matters to us. It is going to reduce a lot of our time for the routine tasks. Again, it is not taking away your creativity from you, right? But whatever time that is consumed in your routine tasks, making templates, filling them, all that will become less, time consuming if you start utilizing AI as a tool. Second is for your children. Now you say, I have 30 children in my classroom. They have different learning needs. I understand, but I don't have the time. Yes, you don't have the time to, number one, strategize, to understand their learning needs, to strategize accordingly, or to plan an activity accordingly. So you leave all that planning on AI, use them. So that your children benefit, every child in your classroom benefits more from your teaching. So your teaching skills will become better. You'll have a variety of ideas and activities for different children. You will become more resourceful, more useful to the student community, right? And this is very important because if you notice in our times when we were children, out of let's say 30 20 teachers, we remember only a couple of them. Why? Because they were more resourceful. We felt that they know more about us, they help us even more. So now you can become that favorite teacher by just utilizing these resources and give a personalized standard of learning to other different children in your classroom have different learning needs. I am not only mentioning about children with special needs. Every child is different. Every child's learning system is different, process is different, right? So this helps you become a better teacher. It enhances your creativity. I had already touched upon this part. So common tasks that AI can assist you with is one, lesson planning, basic lesson planning with the most effective resources, tools, and ideas you can generate within minutes. Also, a lot of you are using textbooks which also have lesson plannings which come with the publisher, right? Uh, we you know as an evolved teacher, I'm sure you're making certain changes on those plans also because they are very basic planning which are given to you, which any teacher can use. But as you evolve, as you become an experienced teacher, you want to go beyond that lesson plan. You want to plan something better for your children, or maybe your children have gone beyond the standards of the basic lesson plans that are given to you by the publisher. So this is your right time and way to keep enhancing your quality. Worksheet and quiz creation. Now you will also tell me that, ma'am, we have worksheets in the workbook. We are also given extra worksheets by the publishers. But even after that, a lot of times teachers come to me and say, ma'am, I need more worksheets for revision. I need some very specialized worksheets for asking certain level of to get the certain level of understanding from children. I need competency based worksheets. Now let's understand. We are training teachers to understand what competency based education is. The worksheets that are provided to you by the publisher or by a third party probably doesn't have the same understanding. So it's better that you create your own CBE related worksheets for your subjects. It's more resourceful, more helpful. It's not about filling 10 worksheets. It's about filling two worksheets which are useful, creative, and most useful to the child. Second is student feedback. Now, how to give your feedback to the child in the most constructive way? See, not all of us are excellent communicators. We are good in teaching our subject. We are good in our classroom. We manage well with our children, and we are just able to have a good rapport with our parents. That's it. But do we think all of us are Shashi Tharoor, or do you think all of us are, the best speaker who can influence anybody with our ideas? No. And especially giving feedback to students, we have to be very sensitive, very focused, very encouraging, at the same time correcting them also. So you can improve your skill of giving feedback to students using AI. We will see today how. Similarly, your parent communication you can also improve and generate ideas. because new generation cannot be taught with old ways. So if you feel stuck as a teacher who's been teaching for past 20 years, you're not able to find new ideas, your ideas don't click with the new generation, then seek help from AI. I think it will do wonders. So let's take this first example, okay? There is one prompt which says create a 40-minute lesson plan on photosynthesis for grade 8th grade, including activities and learning objectives. Now, it is pretty descriptive in itself. I picked this prompt and let's see what I did. So on ChatGPT, I have done these researches before so that, in case if the internet is a little low, I don't have to struggle. So I've already done this, but I'll tell you how I did. So this is how ChatGPT opens when you log in with your ID. And let's say, give me a thumbs up if everybody can see ChatGPT screen on their screens. Perfect. Now, this is, look at this part. This is the same prompt that I picked up from the PPT. And I put it here, right? What does the ChatGPT say about it? So it creates a plan for eighth graders on this topic for 40 minutes, curriculum CBSE only. What is the reference textbook that he has picked up? NCRT, which means that you can be assured that the concept, no matter which publisher you may be using, the concept is the one which is prescribed by CBSE under NCRT. So there is nothing out of the course that you are using in this lesson plan. Everything is within the course. This is one. Second is, it clearly tells about the learning objectives. Now, if your list of learning objectives in when based on the learning objectives and learning outcomes that you have in your NCF, if you want to particularly include certain learning objectives here in this lesson plan, you can put it in the prompt. It will get included in the learning objectives and the activities will get changed accordingly. So now when you're making the lesson plans, you can clearly also write down the learning objective code, the learning outcome code, the LO code, right? That you can write down to trace back. So that when you're filling your HPC, your holistic progress card, you can see which learning objectives I had covered through these lesson plans. Okay, this one is a generic. You can also keep it aligned with your LOs and curricular goals according to NCF. It talks about the materials required. In case you don't have anything, any material that is available here, you can also give a prompt which says, I do not have this material, tell me a substitute. Now, lesson flow. It talks about introduction. I'm just going through it very quickly. For you teachers, I'm sure just a view of it would be enough. So, introduction for 5 minutes. There is a small game that they are playing. Then an explanation for 10 minutes. How to show the equation and another activity of 10 minutes. So, again, you would see it is completely activity based. Then how to do a recap with children. What questions to pick up during recap. Everything is here. How, if you want to create a fill in the blanks in a slideshow, you can do that. Then assessment also, both oral and written. The ChatGPT has given you an option for the both. And they have also given you homework and extension, जिसको हम lesson planning में प्रसार बोलते हैं. If you've been following the lesson plan system according to the new NCF, so the last part which is prasar, these are the ideas that are given to you about that. Okay, now it gives you an option of whether you want to get a printable handout. If you say yes, I need a printable handout, it gives you a downloadable Word document which you can download and you can change later also, right? Now, I realize that this is a very basic lesson plan, right? This even, anybody can create it. But if I have children with different learning needs or children of, different thinking skills, higher order thinking skills, lower order thinking skills, or children who are just managing with the basic length. So I've written another prompt here. If you see, 30% of my students are very good learners, 40% are average learners, and 30% are below average learners. Redesign the lesson plan and activities using this information. So what it does is it very smartly gives you options for How to so introduction will remain same for the whole class. How to give different instructions, tiered instructions to children who are below average, average, and advanced. So it tells you a strategy for all the three types of ordering children in your classroom, right? It also tells you how to take assessment for them differently, right? So this is the kind of assessment, even the differed assessment, the tiered assessment also it suggests you. So now you understand you don't have to separately sit and plan for the children who are not doing well. You already have it in your lesson plan. You know, this is how my advanced children are going to proceed. This is how my average children are going to proceed. This is how I can help my below average children. Everything in right in front of you. Okay. So this is how you can create a basic lesson plan in a tiered way, integrated all kinds of learners in your classroom. Right now, इसकी possibilities discuss करते हैं. You have children with multiple different intelligences in your classroom. So you have 30% visual learners, 40% kinesthetic learners, and 30% auditory learners. So in the prompt itself, when you see here, this prompt can be changed accordingly, and the lesson plan will differ. So it will start giving you activities related to auditory learners, related to kinesthetic learners, related to visual learners. It will give you different ideas accordingly. Okay. So this is how you create a lesson plan. Let's now go back to the PPT. What does it say? Okay, I want you, I'll give you a couple of minutes here to write down, to open ChatGPT if you're using laptop, or if you have ChatGPT app on your phone also, you can open it right now and create one quick LP for yourself. Okay, so you can say create a 40-minute lesson plan on any concept which you're taking in your subject for the class that you're taking, and write down including activities and learning objectives. So I'm giving you 2 minutes here till I move to the other app. Those who are able to do it can give me a thumbs up. Okay, Ashwin Sandhya has already done it. Yogesh has done it. Meghna has done it. Hetal Simran. I'm waiting for more people. Priyanka has also done it. I'm waiting for more people to do it. Darshana has done it. Vasudha Shivani. Pradnya. Nitika. That's good. That's good. Tavleen, I'm liking the speed of participation. Varkha Batra. Anu. Anu Shakin. Anjali. Anjali Bhandari. Tanvi has done it too. Ria. Okay, wonderful. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Okay, let me tell you one thing. I am a no computer person myself, right? It is very difficult for me to make these PPTs. I keep drowning my head in this all the time. That's why I keep looking for some simple tools because I'm not an expert, right? And I want to save my time. I keep looking for these small tools which I can use. All right. So next we have worksheet and quiz generator. All right. So okay. For this we'll go to Gemini. All right. So we will quickly take a quiz. Here is a prompt. Make a multiple choice question on World War II with answers and explanations for 10th grader students mm, following CBSE curriculum. Let's wait here. Does anyone has any question till now? Meetu has already done it. Okay. All right. So looking at this prompt here, I use this prompt. We will go to Gemini now. So this is Gemini Google app 2.5. They have also improved hell lot, and I'm also eagerly waiting to use every application that Google has just recently launched. So coming to Gemini, this is how it looks. It exactly looks like ChatGPT, right? It has a little better features and a different way of. It also gives you resources instantly, right? ChatGPT gives you resources and only when you ask, but this one gives you resources simultaneously. So let's see this particular prompt that I used. Make a multiple choice quiz on World War II with answers and explanations, or 10 grade for 10 grade students following CBSE curriculum. And it gives me a list of questions with answers right here. So I don't have to go back and check my lesson, check the chapter to create a question bank or quiz for my children. It's just a 2 minute job, right? So it gives you answer along with an explanation, right? That why is this the correct answer? Now, what you can do is I see there you also have ChatGPT with the Canva plugin, right? But when try to use it, whenever you use Canva as a plugin with ChatGPT, it gives you pathetic designs. It does not give you very good designs. So what I do instead is I will pick up this content, I'll copy this content, I will then go to Canva and I would say uh, PPT for classroom quiz. And it gives me these samples right here. So I pick one of the free ones. I click on customize this template, and then I put my questions here. I remove this and I'll instead copy paste the questions that I picked from Gemini. Okay. So the simple thing is you can present it directly from here or you can share in the form of a PDF. You can download it in the form of a PPTX. This is again editable. Okay. So this is how you make quiz. This is how you can, create flashcards also, right? So you can write down in Gemini or ChatGPT, you can write down the content for a set of 12 flashcards for questions related to, XYZ concept. And it gives you the content and needs to put on flashcards. You find out the list of flashcards like this and cut copy the content and generate it into form of a PDF for print per se.